I'm William Richardson reporting from inside the Friedrichs Ice Forum, where the UConn women's ice hockey team faced off against Northeastern. This game was a valiant effort by both teams, ending in a 2-2 draw, and the goals were just basically being interchanged between the two teams. UConn got on the board first in the first period by a goal by Kayla Campero. It was a power play goal, and essentially UConn just looked to take advantage and carry the momentum on senior day, but then Northeastern capitalized on another power play and getting a goal by Haley Masters. Then UConn got another goal at the end of the second period by Sarah MacDonnell. And then in the third period, Northeastern got a goal by Tatum Claremont. Basically, there were 11 power plays combined between the two teams. A very, very physical game. Tempers were flying. Aggression was at an all-time high. Unfortunately, UConn did lose one of their players at the third period. Lexi Lurch, she took a headshot to the boards. She was unable to move for a couple of minutes, but she was able to get up and eventually get off the ice. Post-game, we were able to talk to Coach Chris MacKenzie as well as players Sarah MacDonnell and Emily Snodgrass, so let's go ahead and check that out. How did your team play this game?
It was just another great effort by our team. We're hard-working, came out well. It became a special teams game. All goals were scored on the power play, and we had a few chances there, especially in overtime, to really get it done. Didn't happen, and we now have our 8th tie of the year, which is, I think it ties a program record.
You mentioned this game being a special teams game, with 11 penalties between the two of you guys. Is that more along discipline, or is that just more with the nature of the game?
The nature of the game, I think it was getting physical. The refs were calling it a certain way. They were fairly consistent for the most part. Sometimes there's games like that. There's just a lot of penalties, a lot of penalty minutes, and we were able to do a pretty good job. They had the best power play. They did score on it, but we had a lot of good efforts from a lot of our players. So that's what I'm proud of. Well, I think just the senior class, probably the last half of the season, the last 10 games for sure, have been really focused. Knowing that the clock's kind of ticking here on their career, and they've really kind of asserted themselves and played well. And it's just you get rewarded with goals when that happens. And they could have had more. I'm proud, and I'll tell you, I'm going to miss that senior class. They're just a good group of people. They provided a lot of great things that are going to help our program down the road, even when they're not here. The spirit of them will still be there.
Now, looking forward, what's the one thing you and your team needs to work on as the playoffs come closer?
I think just learning to play with a lead. We've had leads here and we haven't been able to keep them. Just learning to be comfortable, the one goal game where we have a lead and just really look to assert ourselves. I think we were looking to do that this third period. We had a lot of chances just to kind of get another one and maybe seal the deal. But that's just something that, hope if it comes, hey, it comes. That's what we're looking for.
Sarah, this game was a 2-2 tie. How much was this game an improvement from yesterday's game?
It was a battle, just like yesterday. I think obviously today we played a full 60 plus minutes today, but that was war out there on the ice, so it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win, but it was a nice end to our seniors' careers. So.
Now, you mentioned your senior career being over here at UConn. How important was it for you to get a goal on senior day in front of your parents and family?
Goals don't really matter. It's all about playing well and how the team does. It was nice to get that go-ahead goal, but it would have been really nice to get the next one in overtime too, obviously. But at the end of the day, goals don't matter. It's about how the team does at the end of the day.
Now, you mentioned the game being aggressive, 11 penalties between the two teams. What was it like being in that kind of game where it's just physically grueling?
Like I said earlier, it was war out there on the ice. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's nice to play 5-on-5 sometimes, but no, it's a lot of fun when like two great teams are battling like that. And at the end of the day, it's a great hockey game by two great teams.
Now, the season's coming up to a close, so what's the one thing you and the team need to work on as the hockey's playoffs come up?
I think we got to continue getting better each and every game, which I think we're starting to do that this weekend. We saw some improvements, and going into Maine next weekend, we just got to keep building and building so that we can really peak by playoffs. And I think we're rolling right now. I think the train's heading in the right direction, so hopefully it keeps on rolling.
Emily, this game was a 2-2 tie. How impressive was your team's play compared to the game yesterday?
I don't think that I can ever say that I'm not proud of my team, but today especially, you could tell that the entire team was battling pretty hard for the seniors. And as someone who's coming to the end of my career here, it meant a lot to see how hard my team played today.
Now, you being a senior, how great was it to see Kayla and Sarah get those goals in this game?
It was awesome. There's nothing better than seeing, the people that are being honored that day turn out to be great leaders on the ice as well. And I couldn't be more proud.
Now, this game was very intense, 11 penalties between the two teams. What was it like playing this game, the aggressions and the tempers flaring up?
When it comes down to penalties, it's always a difficult one. I think we kept our heads really well, killed off the penalties very well, and then obviously our power play worked pretty well today. So we battled through that. It obviously isn't something we like to see, but we played really well despite that.
Now, what's the goal for the team moving forward?
The goal is to go as far in the Hockey East tournament as we possibly can, obviously with championship in mind, and for the seniors personally to end on a great note because it's been a great 4 years here.
So you heard what Chris MacKenzie and players Snodgrass and MacDonnell had to say. This was a great game, great atmosphere. It was senior day for the UConn women's ice hockey team. So they were honoring their 6 senior members, and their names are as follows: Emily Walsh, Rachel Farrell, Rebecca Fleming, Sarah MacDonnell, Kayla Campero, and Emily Snodgrass. Those 6 seniors for UConn will be graduating at the end of the semester, but they will not go down without a fight. They're looking to continue their season play and hopefully make a move to the Hockey East playoffs. From Frida's Ice Forum, I'm William Richardson, and this is UC Sports.